Hey guys, Ebontis here. Gonna do a solo run through of the Nightfall with my Warlock this time. Kind of a different build just to give you guys another option. Modifiers, we do have our Void Burn. Damage times U from Void is times 2. Enemies are times 3, so watch out for Taken. Then we're gonna have Berserk. The enemies won't flinch, so mostly the Phalanx will definitely keep coming for you. Brawler, if you are up close, you will be able to punch things. Just watch out trying to punch a Phalanx. It usually doesn't work. And then airborne players do more damage while in the air. Now the way that one works is the fact that if you throw a grenade and then you land and it explodes, you won't get the damage, but if it explodes while you're in the air, then you'll get that bonus. So what you want to do is jump on your Sparrow, come over here, and jump into this room real quick. Now, depending on who's around, you can either throw a grenade, clear out a couple enemies. I'm using scatter grenades right now with nothing manacles. It's pretty effective. And the main thing you want to do is come over here, depending on if somebody else is using it, of course. But you want to come up to this platform and deploy your ghost. So deploy your ghost, get it out here, get on your Sparrow. Now once you come around this corner, what you're going to want to do is try and land over here and then drive straight up. You're going to have all these enemies coming out, so you want to get by them quickly. So just come around this corner and then just drive your Sparrow up here. Now once you come up this ramp, you're actually going to be at the point where the modifications for the Nightfall actually start to work. But the thing is, you actually don't have the no respawn time. So you can do both here. You can die, respawn, and keep working and not lose your progress. And in this section it's nice. Now I've seen people try and drive through this section, which sometimes works. It can be risky depending on who you're fighting. If it's solar burn in here, I would probably tell you really not to do it. If it's void burn and you have taken, it's also going to be a bit of a risk. Just again, depends on what you want to try and go for. Now once you come around this corner, you're going to have a couple Hobgoblins that are up top. Remember when they die, they've got that triple shot, kind of a self-destruct situation. One's going to be up on the left. Watch for those grenade people down there. And you're going to have one more over here on the right. Now he's not peeking out, but I know he's up there. So don't venture too far until you know where he's at. Did actually track him. Looks like he's over there on the left. Now one way to take out that Blight would actually be a quick shot with your Telesto, and that's the one I'm going to run with instead of a sniper rifle today, just to see how it goes. And again, you can take those guys out pretty quickly. Just get shots on them and not their shield, and they'll go down with no problem. And if I can get that over there, I should be able to take them out. Alright, so once you got most of those down, make sure again that you've got the Hobgoblin down. Again, he's going to be somewhere in that upper deck on the right. Make sure you kill him and then hide real quick, and then try and make sure you've got all these Scions taken out. Hopefully that should be most. Looks like I've got a heavy weapon crate in front of me, which is nice. And you're going to have a couple more guys over there as well. If they're consolidated, Hung Jury's Firefly works pretty well. Alright, so grab any ammo you've got. You might want to try and detonate a couple of these grenades. The heavy ammo is actually down below if you're wondering where it's at. Detonate a few of these and then kind of get out of there. Now once you get far enough up the ramp, you're going to spawn the next wave of little enemy group, and they're going to be up here at the top of the ramp. So once those start to spawn, it's going to be a Centurion amongst other things. So depending on how quickly you get up here, you're going to have a couple of Hobgoblins over here on the left, and you're going to have a Centurion up there in the middle. Now, depending on how much luck you have in actually hitting him with a rocket, be careful, he is void, so those shots he actually hits you with are going to hurt quite a bit. You want to try and keep damage on him, so anything like a grenade or whatever you can do to actually take him out quickly is going to be a nice benefit. Those shots are going to hurt. And try and get one more before he gets a shield up. Not quite there. So close, come on. Alright. So, see what ammo's sitting around. I actually got some more heavy, which is nice. I'm using just some random Ash Factory I've got. It's just the Void Red rocket I've got. But you are going to have a couple more Hobgoblins over here, so depending on the angle you come at this, just be careful of those and make sure you work them down quickly and safely from cover. The other one should be over there, but I don't actually think he's dead. I think you got one more Phalanx down here as well. And then just keep checking your radar to make sure you're pretty clear on everything. Told you he's not gone yet. And again, watch his death. Yep, those will hurt. Alright. class armor. Alright, now what I want to do is go get this ammo real quick, and it's actually underneath. So look for this one, come under here, and it's about the only way to get to this one. Because as you can see, it's blocked off. So if you're looking for that one at any point, that's your way to get to it. Now once you're done up here, what you want to do is actually work your way from the upper deck and try and keep yourself some high ground. Going to make this next part of the fight easier. And what you're going to see down here is actually quite a few enemies going at it. And depending on where you can get your grenade out, the main thing you want to take out is the Hydra. Right now that door is red. Even if you walk up to it, it will not open. So you want to actually make sure you take him out. And remember, Hydras do explode when they die, so just be careful of that too. Again, Telesto may not be the best choice here, but you can take out these groups of enemies pretty quickly, which is nice. Depending on how much damage you can do to him, work him down from behind, maybe chunk a grenade on his head. Whatever you want to do from here, you can have some fun with it. Again, the captain, a nice one to take out if you can actually get him down. Keep working on him. And especially if you can take him down before his shield comes back. Watch that grenade. And then keep picking him off. If you got a sniper rifle, he goes down pretty quick. Telesto's a little effective at range, so again, just keep that in mind. Then once you've got him down, the Hydra, come over here and you're going to want to run this left side gauntlet. But you want to make sure you have a decent run at it when you do. So pick off a few more of these guys if you want to be sure you're going to have a safe run, and then come down here and just try and run straight through. You're going to have some guys shooting at you, quite a few. Try and get behind cover if you need to gather your health for a second. This little pile of tubes is nice. And then once you're around the corner, then you can move on, and we'll get to the next section. Coming up is the section where respawn is limited, so now you got to be a little more cautious. You can make it through that whole last section, die, and come back and get where you were. So here's where you really got to start paying attention. So we've got standard legendary here, which is nice. If not legendary, legionnaires and regular Cabal. Sorry, can't talk this morning. But what you want to do is focus on that Colossus from a distance. And if you can get if you can get a grenade out there to him, that might do some damage. Rockets will work. You can use those little block shields right here as cover for his rockets. Once he starts going nuts with his minigun, though, you're not going to have much choice but taking a few shots while you're working him down. Now you can actually shoot between here, but so can he. So if you're doing that, just make sure you're aware. Going back and forth will actually work. Just make sure you're paying attention to what you're trying to do. Watch the rockets as they come to you. Those still will hurt. And then pick him off. Alright, so once you come out here, you're going to have a few Legionnaires, going to have some Centurions, might have a straggler of a Scion over there. If those guys all lay in a nice little bucket. You'll have a few guys roaming around here. Typically the Phalanx aren't that close, but if they were from this original spawn, they might still be here. The main ones you want to watch are these Centurions off to the left. If you can shoot them with some rockets, they go down pretty quickly as you can tell. And here, if you're staying in place and those guys are stationary, rockets work really well on them, and depending on if anybody's around, they'll take that explosion too. Last one I've got here is going to be that Colossus. I'm actually going to try and get a little closer to take him out, or just work him down with my scout rifle. Either way is going to be pretty effective. Alright. Again, just a good scout rifle, work him down. If you want to use Telesto, you can, but as you can see from range, it's not going to work like a sniper rifle. Now, I don't want this whole thing to be that I think sniper rifles are better. I just wanted to give you guys at least another option to try and run through this with. If you don't have a Void Sniper and say you've got Telesto and you're like, hey, this could be good, it has options, but there's things that are better and worse just depending on the circumstance. So, now this one over here seems to want to jump and run to me. Now if you can try and get as many of those on him as possible, you can see you'll get a decent amount of damage on him. It's also more helpful if you can actually hit him while his shield isn't there. See, I'm hitting him with one Telesto bullet. not the most effective in the world. Finally, we'll have a few Scions down here in the middle. See if I can find some ammo since I'm fairly low at the moment. Alright, so I've got one more straggler of a guy over here. I don't even know what he is. Alright, so Telesto is very good at mid-range though, so don't forget about that. I've got heavy ammo crate here, which is a nice bonus to have. Looks like I've got a straggler down here. Now Telesto's really good against these guys if you can just actually hit them direct. Now, last thing you've got is the first of the brothers up here. So what you want to do is try and work him down. Keep hitting him on this left-hand side. It's going to be where you're going to get the most damage on him. And then if your health gets low, make sure you get into cover. Don't actually want to go down at this point. It's definitely not worth it. Now, the nice thing that the grenades will do when they come from the side... Now, once you take him down, it's probably best to actually come back and get to cover, because a ship's going to be coming in and it's going to be shooting you from above. So it's going to hurt. Try and get to cover, and it's honestly best to come all the way back to the start just for safekeeping, because you're going to be pretty far away. This is good work. This is a good place for a sniper, but honestly, from back here, you can let the enemies come to you and work them down as you choose. If you're out there in the middle, you're going to be stuck in the middle of a lot of enemies, and it could be a bit treacherous. Again, you're going to have another Colossus. Watch out for him. Going to have some guys down here in the middle. And then again, just see what you can do to use your grenades as effectively as possible. It's pretty hard to get a good shot with your grenade over there. And he's going to run around. He won't get his health back, which is nice. You can work him down as he actually shows himself. Alright, so he should be over here on the left. I'm actually starting to run out of ammo, so I've actually got to press up a little bit here. Alright. So keep moving around and picking up ammo. Use what you can where you can. You got a nice group over here, so if I can get my grenade far enough. Got a couple. Alright, so from here you're going to have a couple of these brothers left. You've got one over here, you've got one up in the top, again as before, and you're going to have a few enemies off to the right, depending on what you're dealing with. Now I would tell you to keep your lance, because that's going to be extremely helpful for the tank. So save that one if you can, and that tank is going to go down really quickly. I just tested that theory and it worked wonderfully. So hold on to your lance for now, save your efforts for when it's going to be more beneficial. Alright, so alright, so come up here and we'll go ahead and move around. So I've got a couple left. I'm going to try and push up a little bit with Telesto. He's actually open at this point, so I'm going to try and get some shots into this one. And again, just pick on the ones that you can. That's really kind of the way to do it. They're either going to be moving around, not moving around, running around like idiots. Whatever it is, you got to pick them off slowly. They've got a decent amount of health, unfortunately. Now you can go for a rocket, make sure you shoot him square in the hand, and make sure you go for a time when he's not really moving around, because you want to make sure this is a direct hit. And that's a pretty good chunk. Good chunk of health, which is nice. Keep working him down. He's pretty close. I'm just going to keep trying to finish him off with my scout. And then we'll come over here, and what I want to do is actually try and get this guy with Telesto. Well, you're going down. Yep. You can't actually use your melee when you're that close. Don't forget about the grenades. Those are going to be nice and beneficial as he's that close by. Keep that going. Keep messing him up with Telesto. We'll finish him off in no time. Nice. We're done. Alright. Alright. Come up here. See if there's anything worth picking up. Sorry, gonna make a little space here real quick. Grab that package. I've got ammo. I'm good on just about everything. Alright, so the thing that's coming in now is usually have standard taken. You're going to have the tank. Now the tank can be destroyed pretty quickly. Now you're not going to be that effective with Telesto from range. You can get some shots on him, do a little bit of damage. It'll attach and get some damage going. But you want to make sure you watch out for that big rocket shot. That thing hurts wherever it hits. It's got a huge blast radius and is pretty lethal. I can get some damage on him from here, which works. Keep it going. Dodge that big rocket blast. If you stay out of line of sight, you'll actually stop its charge up from finishing. Again, that thing is lethal, so watch it. But again, the fun part, what you want to do is try and make sure you're targeting and lance it. And you can take that thing out in one shot. So the blast radius on that thing seems to work well enough to take out everything. With Void Burn, you're done. So take out the tank, and we're done. So move on, and we'll go ahead and pass a couple of these guys. You don't even need to kill them. You can drive right by. So this is a pretty long drive, so just get settled in for a second. Work your way around the path, and we'll get towards the final area. Dooby-doo, 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 la-di-da. I'm actually watching the Apple event in the background right now, so they're talking about the new Apple Watch 2. Sounds pretty cool. Got a little more water resistance to it. Looks cool. I'm sure it'll cost a fortune, so I won't get one yet, but in time, maybe. I figured I'd wait for at least the 2, so I knew I wasn't going to the first generation. Alright, so once you get up here, what you're going to want to do is hit that hill that's right in between the 2 spokes of my speeder here, and then you want to go straight up that ramp. So what you want to do, jump up here, dodge this rock, and then as soon as you hit this ramp, you want to turn. And again, right when you get in here, turn as well, and you can usually make a pretty smooth transition straight by just about everything. And you're good to go. Don't even have to fight much there. There's not much modifiers out there. The guys are level 16. They're not that hard, so it's really not too bad. And once you get in here, if you've had taken before, it seems you're going to have just taken out here as well. This area is pretty easy. You can honestly skip most of this area. It's really your option. But if you want to take everything out just for a clean run, make sure you get any ammo packages that are out there. You can definitely do that too. And sometimes there's ammo packages, sometimes there's not, or crates I could call them. But if you pick off everything, you've got a pretty clean run towards the boss room. I had a Taken on my other one, so if you're curious how the Taken look in this little area, you can see those on my other Titan run through. Other than that, I think most of this should be pretty easy and straightforward. Totally missed there. Come on. See, these phalanx, they're not fun. Shoot him in the gun, you can pretty much outshoot him if you're decent level. Come around here. Now, if it's heavy ammo, it's going to be down below. If it's special ammo, it's going to be right over here. I unfortunately got neither. Did get some ammo, and I'm pretty good otherwise, so let's go ahead and move to the next section. This will be the boss room. And there's going to be a couple of Legionnaires out here in the middle. Take them out, and then once that happens, you'll have the boss on its way. Now, what you want to do is come over here and actually just hide behind this barricade. The boss is going to come out of the big door. But if the boss doesn't see you, he's really not going to get agitated for a little bit. You can't damage the boss at first. He's going to be immune for a little while. He actually has a health bar, but he's immune for a little while. So what you want to do, depending on how anxious you are, come out here. See, he's still immune, immune, immune. Finally, when he gets settled, you can start doing damage. So once you can do damage to him, then you can start peeking out and getting some rockets on him. I'm using this Ash Factory. If you add Truth, you could probably have it even more right here. But I'm using Telesto, so I can't have Truth at the same time. Keep firing these at him. It's a good way to just knock off a chunk of health. And then once you're out of rockets, then you can come over to the little box and you can use Telesto extremely effectively. Now, grab your Telesto, come up the ramp. You might have an enemy or two up here, so if you hide behind these boxes, come over here and then slide down behind. Now, once you're back here, if you shoot between these boxes, you can start melting him. Now, his minigun's going to make it through here, but every one of these Telesto shots that you get on him starts to do a ton of damage. Watch out for the rockets. They can occasionally make it through. But once you're actually starting to unload these shots into him, you're going to do a ton of damage. Now, once he goes to the other side, after about 25% damage, you're going to have to kind of go hunt him down, which makes it somewhat difficult. And also you got to figure out where these enemies are at, because some are going to be above you, some are going to be around. A couple different areas. Gonna have... Alright, keep melting these guys down. You'll have enemies continue to spawn, so don't think that you're just completely immune. But the boss is going to be on that side, so once you get them down and get a pretty clean open run, you can have a little bit of freedom of movement. But as I said, these guys are still going to keep coming, so if you want to take them out... Actually, I got some rocket ammo, that's pretty nice. And if you're running Truth and rocket boots or something like that, then you can actually be better off. But what you want to do is stay mobile up here and keep moving. Now the best place to shoot him is probably from right here. He's a pretty big target, so you can hit him with most of your Telesto bullets. And what you're trying to do is get him down to about half health. Now watch your radar, see if you got some enemies coming. If you do, you can melt them down too. Once you get him to about half health, he's going to start heading back across the room. And... alright. So once you get... oh, okay. Now, depending on... I don't think I've actually got him completely damaged enough yet. He's still back there, so I can work on finishing his damage to start pulling him back. Now, I think I probably pulled him right there. You'll hear him groan, probably do some rockets, and he won't be sitting back there anymore. So he's going to start coming back towards the front. You're also going to have quite a few enemies sitting out here in front of you as well. Again, keep using your rockets where you can, depending on where they bounce to. And then at this point, now you gotta be careful with rockets. You can actually shoot them through that little hole, but be careful if you do. If you hit the wall, it's gonna hurt you just about as much, if not kill you. So, try and clear out some of those enemies. Make sure you got a little bit of freedom here. And again, it's just this kind of dance. The phalanx are in berserker mode, so they're not gonna move. But once the boss is actually standing there, get your rockets out. Get those shots on him. Once you get it down to about a quarter damage, that's when the boss is really going to start to move away. And that's one good time to save your super for. It's a good time for that. Alright, so try and not use your Telesto on anything but the boss itself. So if you can get your grenades out to clear some room, then you can start melting the boss. The rockets usually aren't as big of a factor of trying to take him out. And again, he's going to start to move once you get him down past that quarter damage. So try and get tags on him as quickly as you can, and then he's going to move out of there. Now those rockets do hurt, so make sure you're aware. Try and clean some of these enemies out as well. Ow. Alright, so now once you're up here, you have to kind of play the gamble of what's worth the risk. Now I threw a grenade out, didn't get him there. Try and come down here, I can tag him with some of these. And again, this is probably where the sniper rifle is going to be more effective, because the farther away he gets, the harder it is to actually get those shots on him. Alright, so we're getting pretty close on health, and one thing you can do, try and come up here, get a little height and verticality so you get a decent position on him. And again, just be careful of his rockets. And then again, ow, that hurts. You can always come back to the box for safety. No enemies can get down in here. They're just a little too big to actually fit. And again, keep trying to clear those enemies out. Now, the boss will be around. He's actually up top right now. He's going to jump down. And see what you can pick up for ammo once you get a clear shot. I've got quite a bit of ammo sitting out there, actually. I just need a chance to get to it. Right now is not that time. Depending on where he's sitting. You can actually get a grenade out there to him. I don't even know. Oop, that one actually might get there. Nice. Now if he's going to sit there and keep taking damage, that's totally fine with me. I'll take my shots where I can get him. Now again, watch those rockets. They definitely will be coming, so try and keep anything between you and him. Get a decent reload and then come back up here. Sniper, you're going to do a ton of damage to him, so just make sure you're aware. Ah, how. Man, those rockets go up high pretty quick. If you're worried, you can come back here. See if you can pull him back to the front this way. It actually sometimes will work. Don't actually want to die right now. That would be bad. Gotta be close. Alright, need some health. He's probably really close. Oh, I got him. So, Callisto works. Definitely a way to do it solo. A little different than your sniper run. So, just keep working those around. Got a Vanguard package. And I got some stuff from him. I think I got Treads Upon Stars, amongst other things. Special weapons, leg armor, class armor, a whole bunch of junk. Alrighty, so pick up any ammo you got and you're good to go. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know it's a little different than my usual run through, as I probably would run with a sniper, but I wanted to show you guys an alternative to my normal. Again, likes are appreciated. Check out the main channel, got content coming your way. Rise of Iron is going to be just a river full of content. And I'd already run earlier. I got a bond. This is just the second run through. I had somebody join me earlier, so I just wanted a full solo run for you guys. But a couple strange coins, always bonus. Other than that, thank you guys as always. The support's awesome. Likes are appreciated. Subscribe on the main channel. You guys are entered for a chance to win if you are subscribed. Zerday, I will be doing the drawing this week and next week before Rise of Iron, and giving away copies on the console of your choice. Thanks as always, and have a good one, guys.